After some time at the lake to let the morning's training set in, Roy rounds up the guys for the afternoon practice, where Williams has already turned his thoughts to the next mission, win number 12.
My next fight, my upcoming fight, I will be 12-0, but it's July 20th, and you're looking to be victorious. A lot of people say this one right here will be my toughest fight, but if I think back, they said that about a couple other fights.
And in a split second, the training session goes awry, and the unthinkable occurs. After a heated exchange of punches, Williams goes down with what looked to be a thumb to the eye, a common injury among boxers.
Like my head, I'm feeling nauseous, I'm feeling dizzy, like man, I don't know, I just feel bad. And right after that, I was like, you all right? He was like, yeah. And he threw up again.
He didn't look well to me. It looked a little more serious than I initially thought. He seemed to be in pain. He was still throwing up, and his breathing was labored, and it just put me into an alarm state.
He just got up and just went to breathing like.
And Roy said, yeah, call the ambulance.
I saw him there on the bench, and he wasn't really saying much, and I don't like to see people unresponsive. I was nervous, so every now and then I would tell him, Mike, you still with me? He was like, yeah, I'm here, but he was shaking. There was a lot of other things.
And he couldn't speak. That's what bothered me. He just kind of did hand signals.
And I didn't want to bother him, but I did want to make sure he was still conscious because I didn't want him to slip out of consciousness.
To go to sleep, yeah.
When I got the phone call, it just didn't sit right when I saw the call. And I turned to my wife and I said, oh man, something's not right.
An ambulance is dispatched to the training compound.
64361. You okay with that car?
Signs are now pointing towards a concussion, in addition to the eye injury Williams has suffered.
I just got knocked vomiting and a headache, so just put him on the monitor, started IV. We're gonna give him some fluid. Also, I gave him some medication for the nausea.
So I was afraid he was gonna go in a coma, and I started having flashbacks of a boxer by the name of Pritchard Cologne. May he get better. And I didn't want Mike to go unconscious, because once you go in a coma, you don't know what kind of state you're gonna be.
Team 150 gets some soul-shaking news about Williams' situation that will affect his career as well as his life beyond the ring. It's fight night in Charlotte, North Carolina. Boxers and enthusiasts have traveled from destinations around the country to see the latest Vegas Grand boxing event put on by rising promoter LaVonda Early Stacy. And they've also come to see headliner and North Carolina's most prominent young boxing prodigy, Micheal Williams Jr. The Fayetteville native is in the Queen City along with his training team, anxious to defend his title for the first time since earning it with a first-round knockout of John Willoughby in front of his hometown crowd.
He is the fighting pride of Fayetteville, North Carolina.
That jab on it, Mike. Keep that jab on it. There you go.
Back in Charlotte, as vendors make their final preparations and fans pack the building for an anticipated full house. The early bouts have already begun. As the main event approaches, the evening's talent-filled roster of fighters keeps them locked into every moment of ringside action. But before Team 150 can operate at full strength for one of the night's premier bouts, they'll need to secure one more member of the group.
Right now, we're on our way to pick up Roy Jones. Then after that, I'm waiting on our money man. So we still have to get the money for Mike Jr.'s opponent. So we all going to just be going for a little ride. We picked a good fight that's going to get Mike his rounds, as far as the rounds experience, 8 rounds. Showcase his boxing skills. So this is going to be great tonight. Everybody's in for a treat tonight.
Saying the 10,000 for 17,000. Listener ready.
Oh my God, hold on. Say that again, brother.
I said if Mike win, he would be the youngest WBF champion that we done had.
Go ahead. If Mike Jr. wins tonight, he will be the youngest WBF champion, intercontinental champion. That's unbelievable. That's history. Hold on, I'm gonna try to part, Roy. But go ahead. This as soon as you get out, call me, Roy. I'm in a white van. All right. Put a part.
Legendary boxing champion Roy Jones Jr. has become the anchor man in Williams' corner, which is serious business for Team 150. But when Mike Sr. and Roy get together, there always seems to be ample time for giving each other the business.
He's the emotional guy, so we gotta let him have all the emotional stuff. He handles all the high-tech emotional qualities of this situation. You understand me? So all the crying, all the good, deep, really, really deep stuff, the stuff that's for TV. He does all this, you know.
That's right. I started. I want to thank everybody. I knew it.
Yeah, I'm happy to say I'm so proud to be a part of this team. But if I could just get this dad to quit crying and crap all the time, I expect the mom to be emotional, but goodness gracious, the dad? Come on, what are you doing here? We should make this man a killer, and you up here crying and stuff. What are you doing? What are you doing? He got the TV side, and I try to have the boxing side. That's why we make a great team, you know?
No doubt.
You supposed to go to the left, bro. Where you going?
You supposed to make a regular left.
Oh, Lord. See, I tell you, when you get emotionally caught up, everything goes to crap.
The younger Williams continues his routine with trusted cutman Skip Crumpler, whose meticulous routine has been a part of every Team 150 victory. The routine also includes getting Williams' championship belt ready for the walk to the ring.
Okay, if it look good, I'm good. If it good, no, if it's good, I'm good. Like security? That's what I thought I looked like. That's what I thought I looked like.
Like a well-oiled machine, Jones and the elder Williams make their way into the venue in time to start the final preparations for the bout. But when you're a multi-time champion, you can't just sneak in without someone noticing. After some FaceTime with the fans, Jones quickly turns his attention to the business of the night, getting Michael Williams Jr. prepared for the battle to become 8-0.
Last training went very well. We're trying to speed his jab a little bit this training camp. Trying to get him advanced, but you want to advance him slowly because you want to make sure he's getting the lessons that you're teaching him. You don't want to rush him and have him doing so much that his mind gets overwhelmed with information and he can't really translate it all or process it all to be able to transfer it to the ring. So I try to give him bits and pieces at a time, and by the time we finish this show, we'll have a complete package.
Today we are champions, baby. Today we are champions.
When Chasing Greatness returns, Michael Williams Jr. learns a lesson on toughness as he tries to retain his title against a crafty opponent. And later, the rigors of training camp take their toll on a young fighter. As Williams prepares to step into the ring to defend his perfect record, the hopes and dreams that he had since he was just 8 years old, as well as the hard work and sacrifice of the entire Team 150 organization, are all on the line. But his eager opponent has no intentions of being another notch on Williams' belt. It is yet another capacity crowd for Vegas Grand Boxing, many of whom came to see Williams earn the IBF title. Opponent Stephon McIntyre starts with a barrage of punches instead of the traditional feel-it-out round, which tests Williams' grit from the opening bell. But the training he's received from Roy Jones over the past month is paying off, and he's able to quickly regain his composure and control the ring, something that gains Jones' favor.
Oh, good shot! Good shot! Good shot! Good shot! Two good shots! There you go! All right, all right, all right, all right. Now we put another on it. You're doing a good job not letting it back. That's very good. Now, remember, when you touch with that body shot, you also can touch him and come down at the rest, okay?
After some key instruction from Jones, Williams quickly gets back to the game plan where he begins scoring frequently.
There you go.
And despite not being able to fully overpower McIntyre, as he has done with past opponents, he's accomplishing the checklist of items he's been working to improve.
There you go, now you're talking. There you go, there you go.
Even when a misstep allows McIntyre to land a startling blow. Williams shows a new toughness that proves fruitful.
There you go, that's what I like. That's what I like. That's what I like. That's what I like. It was exactly what I wanted because it was somebody to push him beyond where he's been. You know, he's never had a guy to really push him. Turn off for me. He never had a guy to really push him to places where he's not able to have his way so much. And I like for him not to be able to have his way so that he can think of new ways. See, my job in boxing is to help him learn how to create new ways when it don't seem like it's a way. So when a guy don't give you your way, we got to try something else. And tonight was the first time that he had the opportunity to be able to try different things. So I would give him things in the corner, he would come out and try them. Remy would give him things in the corner, he'd come out and try them. Those are the type of improvements we need to see before we call ourselves a world champion caliber fighter.
I heard you tell him body, body, body.
Yes. With a fighter, with a veteran fighter like that, you have to kill the body and the head or die. See that body on that? There you go, there you go. If you don't kill that body, he stays strong. As you know, he was just trying to land one punch. We all knew that. Remy kept reminding Mike of that. He's only trying to land one big one. He's trying to hit the lotto. The way you do that, though, is you break that lotto ticket down by punching them numbers in the gut. That breaks that lotto ticket down, son. Then it ain't so strong no more.
Yeah!
Get everybody, please. Come on, Tall Paul.
True Hollywood story. He was in the corner. He slipped in his corner on some wetness or whatever it was. Raised his leg up, took the Captain Morgan stand, and said, "You can get your shoes at matchbout.com." Okay. And the funniest part, But the funniest part about it is, shout out to McIntyre, because he's a true professional, a true veteran, and we respect you, bro. But thank you for letting him get that off. Because we are trying to sell these shoes in a variety of I know that's right. 150, I love you. I'm proud of you. And we'll be back. Hey, I was corrected. I said year 2, step 2. It's year 1, step 2. We way ahead of schedule. And we coming, suckers. Yes, we are, baby.
That's the perfect song right there.
Even Mike Sr. broke with tradition and held his emotions in check.
Youngest WBF Intercontinental Champion in the history for them. At 19 years old, Michael Williams Jr., my son.
You told him.
Yeah. I'm just proud, man. I'm proud.
You didn't cry.
And I didn't cry. not yet.
When chasing greatness continues, we go inside training camp as the champ battles adversity. And the state capitol heats up as a new challenger looks to derail Michael Williams Jr.
Perfect. Back foot ready. There you go. Perfect. Back foot ready.
Live it, fit energy, lose weight, gain energy.
Hi, I'm Mike Gardner, founder of Thin Energy, the wellness energy that delivers each and every time.
In 6 weeks that I've been taking Thin Energy, I feel fantastic.
I lost 7 pounds in the first week.
You just squeeze it in, you take a shot, and you're done.
Get your drinks, get you hype, get you ready.
I feel great.
Jump on, try Thin Energy.
Drink it, live it.
Thin energy.
Body. There you go. That's what I like.
Many would believe that after earning his 8th consecutive win, Michael Williams Jr. would want to take a couple of months off to relax. They would be wrong. Shortly after gaining the victory against Stephon McIntyre, Williams headed back to the place where champions' dreams are built. Training camp. The Fayetteville, North Carolina native, along with key members of Team 150, have driven more than 700 miles back to Pensacola, Florida. An area known best for its beaches, historic tourist attractions, and Naval Air Station Pensacola, home of the Blue Angels.
Climbing to 17,000. Fort Worth, Medicine, 1183, fast 73%. Hotel Tango, 13,000, climbing 17,000, good evening.
And it's also the home of another high flyer, former world champion boxer, Roy Jones Jr. The training camp is located on Roy Jones's private estate to give his young fighters an opportunity to focus on the next phase of the process without outside distractions. Here, the rules are simple. Do whatever Roy tells you, and your chances of becoming a world champion will rise dramatically. And under his watchful eye, every aspect of these fighters' development begins to take shape, with a little motivation, of course.
So you go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where you started from, right? You should be changing where you started from, right? When you started here, you should change. Why you changing right here? That's where you started from. You change over there, then you go 1, 2, 3, 4. You change here and you change there. Go.
We never will fall. We never will fail. We just get up, get out, go get it, we get it, prevail.
Hands up, Bicky. What the hell you doing? Hands up. Take it down here.
We just get up, get out, go get it, we get it, prevail. We never will fall.
We gonna speed this thing up. That's too slow. That's not gonna hit nobody. That's too slow. Fight like a damn heavyweight.
When it comes to Roy, you don't finish until you say stop, and you just do rounds of the same thing. And if you get it wrong, you gotta keep doing it until you get it right. Because you know most gyms and most trainers, you do it a few times, and if you get it wrong, they just move on. But he'll keep egging you until you get it right.
Let the feet come too close together, Mike. The feet come too close together. You get them too high, they come together. Let the feet come too close together. Don't let them come too close together. They come together, you can't do that with them together. Good feet, RJ. There you go. Now you're talking. Touch. Don't bounce so high. But bounce both of them. Bounce both. Nope, they're not bouncing. That's that bullshit. Bounce both of them. Thank you. You ain't got to raise up so high. Stay low. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? My bad. You gotta cut that part out. That's better feet, Mike. Much better. That's much better. Now you ain't feet apart now. See the difference? Much better.
He usually yell at all of us, but I have my days sometimes. But today, it was all Fernando Bunch's time.
All right, tight feet and close to the floor. I want to see under set, under and gone. All right, that's what I want to see. Under set, under and gone. Go.
I voted for Obama, so I'm cool with change, So as far as we're saying that, it's just another change that you got to adjust to. Every fighter is not the same. Roy was getting on to me about that earlier today, as far as a fighter's not going to tell you when he's going to the left versus the right. So it's just a change.
You're getting out the game to get back in the game. Why you got to go to the side? You're getting out the game, what you got to go to the side for? You're getting out the game to get back in the game, what you got to go outside for?
I was thinking, I'm coming straight forward.
You getting out the game.
Yeah, I'm coming back in.
I love it. I learn best on constructive criticism like that, yelling at me, telling me, hey, you're not doing it right, you're not doing it this way. But then like I said, when you do correct yourself and do it the way he wants it, he will make sure in front of the whole class to call you out and say, that's what I'm talking about, that's what I want.
I just take it in and do what he tell us to do, because obviously what he tell us is correct, because you can go watch his highlights and see how great he was. So I just sit down and listen to him. You don't feel no type of way either.
Much better. See what he doing now? That why the feet stand apart? That's what I want to see. That's too slow, Bink. Quick bounce for them. Bounce, touch, hands up, ready to fight.
Actually seeing Roy actually train me and have him standing in front of me, it's a different experience, and it's just a great opportunity to have him on my team now, but it's new. It's really new to me, so I'm kind of ready to get that work in with the team.
And that work never stops. Rain or shine, the molding process continues until every move in the ring becomes second nature to the fighters.
Mike, roll that hook. After you throw a hook, roll the hook. I want you to take both of them. You got the game. That's right. You got the game, get back in the game. So, you got the game, and roll out. All right? They're getting better. As long as I keep them here working, they'll get there. Just takes a long time. Rome wasn't built in a day, and that's what they don't understand. It'll take time to build you up to where you gotta go, but at least you're on the right path now. So it's all good.
Every drop of sweat equity earned in training is a down payment on future wins in the ring. Williams has paid a lot of it already, with 8 wins under his belt in less than 2 years as a professional. But he'll have to cash some of it in to get past his upcoming bout against LaShawn Alcox, a fighter known for hard punching power and a sneaky right hand. So this week, the focus is on turning technique into power.
Here, here, here. My jump is here. See that? I'm killing that first. Now because I jumped into you, I gotta get the off of you. Now I'm gonna come back into you. Jump to this. Jump to this. Then I get the down. See the difference there? That's power. Get ready. There you go. Perfect. Perfect. That's it. Ready. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful.
When chasing greatness continues, Williams has to dig deep to overcome his biggest challenge yet.
Live it, thin energy, lose weight, gain energy.
Hi, I'm Mike Gardner, founder of Thin Energy, the wellness energy that delivers each and every time.
In 6 weeks that I've been taking Thin Energy, I feel fantastic.
I lost 7 pounds in the first week.
You just squeeze it in, you take a shot, and you're done.
Get your drinks, get your hype, get you ready.
I feel great.
Jump on, try Thin Energy.
Drink it, live it.
Thin energy.
As Williams continues to earn a name for himself, it's important to have the support of North Carolinians. So tonight's bout is just up the road at Dorton Arena in Raleigh, North Carolina. And although Mike Jr. doesn't fight until much later in the evening, things are already heating up on every level of the arena.
You talking down on us, we live it up. You talking down on us, we live it up. I'm talking way up, way up. I'm talking way up, way up.
The biggest distraction to many young fighters is nerves. Williams has dealt with that aspect of the fight game well because of his naturally calm demeanor. And it doesn't hurt to have an endless supply of funny moments in the Team 150 locker room.
How you give my food away, bro? Oh, man. Oh, yes. And Roy was eating it good. Then he gonna tell me it was the best burrito he ever had, dog.
I probably good in it. I probably good in it, was.
Yeah, man, you got Mike Sr. in there who's the funniest, coolest guy. He's like the opposite of Mike Jr. Mike Jr. is just cool, calm, and collective. And you got Mike Sr. who's funny and outgoing, that's my boy too.
They told me that Mr. Unstoppable was home. Right? They said Mr. Emotional is not going to eat because his emotions are going to overcarry his stomach. Are going to overtake his stomach, so he's not going to be able to eat.
Where's Money Mike at?
So they said, do not worry about him and that burrito because he's not going to ever eat it.
And then you witnesses, I came in and asked for my food. Yeah, we're a team, but I'm hungry.
I could get you that right then. You didn't say you saw me eating, you didn't have it.
Yeah, you hungry. He just sparred last night too. I don't want no trouble. You know what I mean? Watch out, boy. Sparred last night.
After taking time to settle himself with the usual mix of quiet time and lighthearted moments with Team 150, it's all about business once again as Mike Jr.'s time in the ring approaches.
Down there you go. Pop that right hand the same way though. Pop, there you go, stay long. That's what I'm looking for. If I get that, I can move on.
It sounds different.
But because if I get that, I can move on. If I can't get that, I can't move on. But you see what I'm saying? But if you're not turning over, it's not going to be there. So you got to give me that. That's what I'm looking for. Because if you get him set up to hit him for real, that's what you got to hit him with. You got to make him respect you. Now we get somewhere. You see that? You see that?
Proud of you. You hear me? Be great. You hear me? As always. You understand? As always, performance advertised. I love you so much. Love you too. All right?
Love you. Let's win. He got to come sooner or later. He got to come sooner or later. There you go. He got to come sooner or later. You're going to have it. Hit the hands. 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 Be smart. Be smart. Be smart. There you go. Now you're talking. Now you're thinking. Don't let him get comfortable. There you go. There you go. Get him right into it. There you go. I got you. There you go. All right. Keep faming. Don't let him get comfortable. If you faming, don't let him get comfortable, we have no problem. If you let him get comfortable, he can be a problem, okay? Keep him uncomfortable. Looking good. I love that round. I love the counter punches, baby. They look good. And they sharp counter punches. You feel me? Yeah. That's what I like. You make him work. Pop that jab with his hands. Pop his hands. There you go. Pop his hands. Pop his hands. That's how we find him. Pop his hands. There you go. Pop his hands. Pop his hands. Thank you. That's all we got to do all day, right there. You can get his hands anytime you want. Right there. That's all we need, right there.
Williams gains early control of the fight, but when he strays away from the game plan, he pays the price.
Good footwork. Keep the feet out of the way. There you go. Keep the feet out of the way. There you go. Good jab. There you go. Nice, son. That's what I'm talking about. Good shot. Be smart. Don't worry about that. That's over with. Don't worry about that. That's over with. Okay? We got to keep going. We can't back straight back first. The back foot gets that way first. There you go. There you go. That back foot gets that way first. There you go. That back foot gets that way first. There you go. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. There you go. That's all we got to worry about. That's all we need. There you go. We ain't worried about nothing else. That back foot gets that way first. Keep beating his ass till like that. Back foot ready. Back foot ready. That is. There you go. Perfect. There you go. I love it right here. Coming. Move that right foot. Get that right foot ready. Coming. Get that right foot ready. Coming hard. There you go. Good shot. Good shot.
Alcox isn't going down easy. After surviving dozens of quality shots from Williams, the crafty veteran strikes again.
All day long. All day long.
One of the biggest fights to me is my first time ever, being dropped in the ring, and that was a whole nother different experience with me. So that's a big lesson learned right there. But I just take everything I did, go back and watch my footage and just, don't make the mistakes again. I just learned from my previous fights and just make sure I just get better and better the more I go.
Hey, hands high. Hands high. Hey. There you go.
Williams was knocked down for the first time in his career, but held on for his 9th straight win. But after a controversial finale, it appeared to be turning into a learning opportunity for everyone.
Let's go! You can't win a fight winning 2 rounds, baby. You can't fight winning 2 rounds, baby. Let's go. Good job. Good job. Good fight. Good fight. Good fight. Good work. That's what I'm talking about, man.
At the end of the day, that's the main event. It was the main event, man.
For me, it was scary, but at the same time, I like to see it because I want to know how bad he wants it. And the first one was a fast knockdown. I knew he was really upset about it. And he kept going back over in the corner. And I said, I'm not mad that you got knocked down. I'm mad that you did the same punch again after that. So when it happened again in the last round, it really kind of got to me because it was a harder shot. I told him it was going to happen again if he didn't keep putting that right leg back. And it was scary, but I saw a lot of Mike Williams dream because he didn't have to get up. I know a lot of people wouldn't have got up, but he did. You can't fight winning 2 baby. Let's go.
Good job. Now that's my big bro. But it's a matter of just being professional at the end. Again, I am emotional. We do get a lot of hate, and Roy just simply said, hey man, we won, don't ever do that again. We didn't have to do that. So I apologize to the commission. I also apologize to Mike's opponent. I got in my feelings, and it wasn't even towards Mike's opponent.
We don't want to be disrespectful people because that's not us. So when you do that, I knew right away that the pilot was going to take this part, and he did. And he did. So I had to try to apologize to him right away and tell him Mike was carpet and some other stuff, which he was. But I told Mike, you know, you got to stay in your place. The commentators had a microphone for a reason because we were too emotional at that point to really talk. So let us calm down before they ask us questions. You don't have to think about what we're going to say. We can't take it from them and say what we want to say.
Yeah, absolutely. It feels good to get that ninth to win and many more to come. But this fight right here was something special and different. It was a good fight, but it feels good. At the end of the day, I got the job done. I got another belt, so it's all good.
I'm Marshall Falk.
I'm Glenn Parker.
Hi, I'm Dusty Baker, manager of the Houston Astros. And you're looking and listening to Chopping It Up with Buck.
I know you wanna leave, and I refuse to let you go. I mean, if it's gonna be chopping it up, we gotta talk some food, wine.
Chopping it up.
Chopping it up. Chopping it up.
Chopping it up. You are the first to hear about this.
It was like his head swiveled like Linda Blair in The Exorcist.
This guy just did it with some bums.
I'd have a full six-pack if I didn't eat tacos. I love tacos.
You're watching Chopping It Up with Buck. Chopping It Up with Buck.
Oh, that's why.
I'm Maria Taylor, and you're watching Chopping It Up with Buck.
It's nearly 6 a.m., and it's time for the fighters to begin another day of training. In an effort to keep the guys focused, Roy relocated the fighters to an apartment situated above the gym. The move has allowed them to maximize every minute of their time in camp, but definitely a no-frills experience.
Yeah, this really camp life because they feel like we outside camping. TVs, you know, we laying on the floor, sleeping on the floors.
I love the fact of that because like it gives you the opportunity to take advantage of every single moment, every second, every hour, every minute, every day, you know what I'm saying? Like you can just be sleeping and wake up, whether you're stressing or just feeling good, and go right downstairs to the bag, to the gym, to the ring.
When we blow up in the future, we always can go back and say we did this and just talk about it.
You get that work in what? 6:13 in the morning, waking up, get that work in, man. Real champs out here. Go. They run 3 miles as fast as they can. Because you need to push yourself in the mornings, then it's like you get benefit from it, especially here in Pensacola when it's so warm. Nice, man, nice. Pick it up. All the way.
At the place dubbed Bodyhead Island, Roy Jones appears to be watching over every aspect of training, whether he's in the gym or not. His fighters have become disciplined and stick to the strict regimen without fail. The intense workouts are as big a part of the building process as hitting the bags or even a sparring partner. And Williams appreciates every bit of it.
Oh, it's real tough. I mean, like we train like 3 times a day, especially just waking up early and getting that running. That's the hard part right there, the hardest part of all. But it's that good work. But we all know it's gonna help us in the future. So we still work hard and still get in there.
Mike got a lot of heart. I'm proud of him because for him to be a youngster, he has to earn his keep. And you know, he earned it. I'll never forget the first jab. The first jab he threw, I caught it on my hand. And when I felt the jab on my hand, I was like, oh, okay. Okay, Mike, like it automatically gave me another respect for him where it's like, okay, he ain't no chump.
You can tell somebody work ethic, like not just from the look in the eyes, but when you actually experiencing working with them. So I honestly feel like Mike one of them people who like when he in there, since I've been around him, like everything I saw him do was like real, you know, hard, real serious with it, you know?
Each fight, he's proven. You know, he's proven a little bit each fight as far as tasting adversity.
Fighters who train together form bonds as strong as biological siblings and learn everything about one another, both inside the ring and the funny stuff outside of it.
It's always Jacquees. That's all I gotta say. You know what I'm saying? You can definitely expect some Jacquees to be somewhere around playing, and which I would never be on that hype, but to see what he's doing right now, you can't do nothing but respect because like, yo, that's you, bro. You ain't trying to be like nobody else. Like, I dig that.
And that funny stuff can also include getting a nickname.
The one I know of is Boy Wonder, 150. We came up with one a few days ago, Prom Queen, because he likes to take them long showers.
He take all day in showers, so we group up on him like, yo, you going first? You go first. Like, you go. You know what I'm saying? You gotta hurry getting there before him, because if Mike getting there, we just gonna be sitting out here and like, that dude take all day in the shower, like, you know?
My favorite part about Mike is that I've never seen him in a bad mood. Even if he is in a bad mood, he doesn't show it. He's able to check himself at the door as far as I know. And every time I see him, he's smiling, he's laughing. He does cool tricks on the bag, you know, he'll hit that double end bag and finish the combination off behind his back or whatever, you know, he'll do it sparring, he'll touch his shoe and then hit you or whatever, you know, so just every day, him being himself is the best part to me.
This band of brothers, which includes rising star Micheal Williams Jr., is fast becoming the type of fighters Roy Jones wants them to be, due to their commitment to the sweet science, growing closer with every round. And when you've become as close as the trio of Mike Jr., Fernando, and Bicky, you do almost everything together, all the way down to sampling the local fare.
Hey there, how you doing?
Good.
Thank you.
When you're ready to order, you come up here to the register and order.
Oh, where you don't sit down nowhere?
No, you can go sit down.
Oh,
you have
okay.
to come up here to order though.
Word, sound like a plan. Sound like a plan. Appreciate you, ma'am. What you better get?
Chicken and waffle.
Chicken waffle?
Chicken and waffle.
Oh, sandwich.
It's regular, just chicken and waffle. You never had it before? All right, thank you. That's a syrup over there, right, ma'am? All right.
Sound like you right there, bro.
2 eggs scrambled.
Oh, I ain't get scrambled.
Yeah. And the first time he came down here, I didn't really know who he was, and he kind of approached me and was like, hey, I know your dad from Facebook and stuff. And we shook hands and kept it moving. Then the more we came down here, the more we kept talking, and we just got closer. So that's how we became cool.
So y'all pretty much always hang out when you come to training camp?
Well, it's my man right here. It's my go-to guy.
My dad.
That's the fun part right there. You know, sit back and relax. You know, talk about just anything. You know, people act goofy. You know, knocking cups over. He's just acting ourselves, clowning around. You know, having a good time, man. It's fun, man.
Oh yeah, my man Bicky. Bicky didn't touch down with it touched down at Body Head Island. Yeah, bro, I've been here. It's just from New Orleans.
She said she don't have any honey mustard, but she could put some honey and some mustard. So you gotta try that.
Yeah, I get. Oh, my food. Y'all talking about my food.
Yo. Tastes just like honey mustard.
Yeah, bruh.
No, I'm not playing though, like for real.
I mean, I believe it, tell her. She gonna be proud.
A little tangy at the end, but
yeah.
Man,
because that's that original.
You like it? Yes, ma'am.
Good.
The boys of Bodyhead Island enjoy chowing down, especially when the food is this good. But it doesn't take long for the topic to shift from the perfect mix of honey mustard to who's most perfect in the ring.
I was always big on Eric Morales, Felix Trinidad, Miguel Cotto. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like the fighters. As far as the fighters that I like the best, I mean, the fighters I like the best, I would say, as far as that are the best in the mix right now, are Americans. We dominating right now.
Roy Jones. My favorite boxer is Roy Jones. That's who I'm watching. 24/7, that's who I YouTube and watch. Roy Jones Jr. You're American.
My boxer, dude, I gotta say, I like Loma. I gotta give it to
Chico?
him.
Yeah, he's
man.
different.
Like, he from the future too.
I more so watch old school boxing. So I don't really watch nobody now. Nah.
When chasing greatness returns, Williams goes back into the ring. And later, tragedy strikes Team 150.
Live it, thin energy, lose weight, gain energy.
Hi, I'm Mike Gardner, founder of Thin Energy, the wellness energy that delivers each and every time.
In 6 weeks that I've been taking Thin Energy, I feel fantastic. I lost 7 pounds in the first week.
You just squeeze it in, you take a shot, and you're done.
Get your drinks, get you hype, get you ready.
I feel great.
Jump on, try Thin Energy.
Drink it, live it.
Thin energy.
Everybody did their thing, you know. Us three, and I sing a little bit, so I can sing like the chorus part. I think we low-key better than the Migos, you know. We switch it up with you, you know. That's what we are, like the big three. That's what we are.
My dog got the beat, so you know it's cool. About to hit up Waffle House, get some food. I don't really fuck with them, but it's super cool. And we got TV too, but no cable, so we fucking tripping. Yo. And we sleeping on these air mattress, yo. Getting bit up all night. I don't like this shit, but we fucking love it, though. Training super hard, go down the stairs, yo. I can tell a story, but I can't rhyme, though. I hope you're following with me, cause I'm ready to eat, yo. Hey, give me some steak and some eggs, though. Give me my ketchup and on a palmer, yo. Spit on fire! Spit on fire! And I ain't the dancer, but we gon' you know what I mean?
Williams is back in Charlotte with hopes of reaching the next milestone in his career. It will be his second fight in as many months. Last month's victory came down to a unanimous decision versus Elliott Brown. The fight, which was held in Ringgold, Georgia, gave Williams his 10th straight career win. Tonight he'll face Ronnie Jordan and once again be positioned as the headliner of the evening's fight card. And tonight, he's looking to become a perfect 11-0. And although his face never shows it, he is anxious to put the lessons learned from Roy Jones into action.
Sir, let's go. Yeah!
At the sound of the bell, Williams immediately begins to take stock of his opponent. The ever-present Jones shouts instructions to keep Williams on task and score early and effectively.
Get that back foot ready. There you go, keep that back foot ready, ready, be smart. Keep that back foot ready, be smart. Keep that back foot ready, you all right. Take your time. There you go. Keep them feet set when you're doing that. There it is.
If I didn't have Roy or just the whole environment he brings, I think I would be, I probably would be successful, but not as successful, because who wouldn't want to have Roy Jones on their team? So having Roy on my team is a big honor.
After some tweaks between rounds, Williams goes from simply looking to score points and avoid being damaged to full attack mode.
There you go, right there. There you go. There you go. Perfect. Perfect. Do it again. There you go. There you go. Use your feints. Start throwing his left hook. When they come at him, that makes him respect him too. So it's a small thing we got to work on, but he's definitely making very good progress. Do it again. There you go. I didn't expect him to fool the guy and act like he's hurt and not the guy. I just told him to catch the guy when the guy wasn't ready, and that's the best time to hit him. He fooled the guy like he was hurt, and that's when the guy wasn't ready, and he got him out. So it's like he did it a totally different way than I ever would have thought of doing it. But it's not about what I do, it's about what he does. So it's like, as long as he gets the job done, I'm happy with that. And I love the progress he's making with it.
Williams cuts through the challenger with effortless precision en route to his 11th victory and a gold star from Coach Jones.
The bench, team 150, 1, 2, 3, go! This time, I made up my mind. Everything I was already mine.
The thing that Roy would be most proud of for me is my work ethic, the way I manage myself in the ring now, the way, because before I had problems, with my feet. I probably still do a little bit, but I improved a lot. And me throwing my punches correctly, I think he would be very proud of me. Well, he is proud of me now.
He's a great kid to work with. He wants to get better. He tries anything you tell him. But because he's so long, guys plan to get about 6 inches behind him because he's so tall, so they can't plan to attack him where he at. They're planning to attack him 6 inches behind him. He don't get that concept yet, so we're working on that. And that's something, once he gets that, that's gonna make a whole lot of difference, because then it'll be very difficult for guys to approach him.
When chasing greatness returns, Williams goes back to Bodyhead Island and is in the fight of his life.
If I want to be great, I have to grind. Live it, thin energy, lose weight, gain energy.
Hi, I'm Mike Gardner, founder of Thin Energy, the wellness energy that delivers each and every time.
In 6 weeks that I've been taking Thin Energy, I feel fantastic.
I lost 7 pounds in the first week.
You just squeeze it in, you take a shot, and you're done.
Get your drinks, get you hype, get you ready.
I feel great.
Jump on, try Thin Energy.
Drink it, live it.
Thin energy.
The very first time I came out here to the pond, it was a very different experience for me. I never even thought Roy had something like this in his backyard, but I think the advantage I have more, so I can, like I said, stay focused and just think out here. Normally, people who train at a gym, it's a lot going on, or they go back home, they still have a lot of pressure and people, family talking to them and distracting them, but coming out here is very peaceful. You can just think, especially when you have a upcoming fight coming up. So I like coming out here to the pond and just sit here and relax and just think about my fight coming up. It's a nice sized alligator out here. I believe it's still out here. So, you know how Roy got the chicken, it's Mike Tyson wrestled the tiger. I'll be the first one to practice with the alligator. That would be different right there. I'll be known Mike the alligator guy, you know. Seeing what Roy has, it's a very big inspiration to me, because who wouldn't want something like this, all this land, even though he has a whole pond in his backyard. So looking at this, it makes me want to work hard, train hard, so I can have something like this or even better than this, you know, have a whole city. I want a city, have people running and stuff like this. But it's a very big inspiration to me, so I'm gonna keep training hard and try to get to this point.
After some time at the lake to let the morning's training set in, Roy rounds up the guys for the afternoon practice, where Williams has already turned his thoughts to the next mission, win number 12.
My next fight, my upcoming fight, I will be 12-0, but it's July 20th. And, we're looking to be victorious. A lot of people say this one right here will be my toughest fight. But, if I think back, they said that about a couple other fights I had. So it just ain't nothing, it's another job. And, I don't know, just gonna get that work in, I'm gonna get that work in just to make it look easy, put everything I learned from Roy, my pops and everybody, they came together and, helped me work out, I'm just gonna make it look easy. So my next fight, they would say this is my toughest fight,
Williams' training is moving along well, according to Jones. His attention to the details improves with every practice.
I'm gonna grade him a B so far because we worked on something different today for the first time, which is the defense, and when we get the defensive part down pat, then we'll move to A. The only thing he isn't doing right now is the defense, and when I say defense, there's two parts to that. One part is the hands, changing the position with the hands. The other part is not being ready with the feet when an opponent is in striking range. Those are the two things we gotta focus on most. Once we get those two things down, he's ready for anybody.
And in a split second, the training session goes awry and the unthinkable occurs. After a heated exchange of punches, Williams goes down with what looked to be a thumb to the eye, a common injury among boxers.
For a second though, I thought that his headgear like switched, because some boxers do that. Like, in a mix, they'll be rumbling and then like the headgear might switch from a lick and you're like, hold on. And I thought that's what it was, so I stopped and like he was like, went all the way down and was like, his eye hurt. So we thought it was a thumb the whole while because, I've experienced a thumb in the eye before, you know what I'm saying? So.
But after taking some time to shake things off, Williams' condition continued to erode into something more sinister.
And he was just laying on the mattress. So I was like, you all right? And when I first walked in, he was just like, no, I feel like I gotta throw up. He was like, I feel like I gotta throw up. So Mike just like raised up and just threw up. Like this, something else wrong with him now. I'm like, what's wrong, your stomach hurt too? So he like, nah, he like my head, I'm feeling nauseous, I'm feeling dizzy. He like, man, I don't know, I just feel bad. And right after that, I was like, you all right? He was like, yeah. And he threw up again.
So the guy that Mike had sparred with came and told me that Mike wasn't feeling well. And I went upstairs to actually see Mike. He didn't look well to me. It looked a little more serious than I initially thought. He seemed to be in pain. He was still throwing up and his breathing was labored, and it just put me into an alarm state.
He just got up and just went to like breathing like.
All I remember just hearing her voice, asking Mike, am I good? But since I was breathing heavy, not feeling good, I couldn't respond.
I was gonna take him to the hospital, and Roy said, yeah, call the ambulance.
I saw him laying on the bench, and he wasn't really saying much, and I don't like to see people unresponsive. I was nervous, so every now and then I was telling Mike, you still with me? He was like, yeah, I'm here, but he was shaking. There was a lot of other things.
And he couldn't speak. That's what bothered me. He just kind of did hand signals.
And I didn't want to bother him, but I did want to make sure he was still conscious because I didn't want him to slip out of consciousness.
To sleep, yeah.
When I got the phone call, it just didn't sit right when I saw the call. And I turned to my wife and I said, oh man, something's not right.
Within the hour, an ambulance is dispatched to the training compound.
When he said, oh, this ain't a good call, and he's trying to get it, but he ain't giving it to me, I'm having a heart attack. I'm like, if you don't tell me what's wrong with my baby, I'ma lose it. And he like, hold on. So that was the worst and scariest feeling right there when you're getting pieces, but you know it ain't right.
Signs are now pointing towards a concussion, in addition to the eye injury Williams has suffered.
He just got, it sounds like he got punched in the eye with like the thumb, so now he just got knocked bombs in and headache. So just put him on the monitor, started IV, we're gonna give him some fluid. Also gave him some medication for the nausea. So hopefully that'll kind of make him feel better. Usually it takes about 15, 20 minutes or so for him to, you know, for that medication to kick in. So hopefully by the time we get to the hospital, he'll be feeling a little bit better, and also that fluid that we give him. He's dehydrated, that'll help out as well.
So I was afraid he was gonna go in a coma, and I started having flashbacks of a boxer by the name of Micheal. May he get better. And I didn't want Mike to go unconscious, because you know, once you go in a coma, you don't know what kind of state you're gonna be.
When Chasing Greatness returns, Team 150 gets some soul-shaking news about Williams' situation that will affect his career as well as his life beyond the ring.
Live it, thin energy, lose weight, gain energy.
Hi, I'm Mike Gardner, founder of Thin Energy, the wellness energy that delivers each and every time.
In 6 weeks that I've been taking Thin Energy, I feel fantastic.
I lost 7 pounds in the first week.
You just squeeze it in, you take a shot, and you're done.
Get your drinks, get you hype, get you ready.
I feel great.
Jump on, try Thin Energy.
Drink it, live it.
Thin energy.
Williams was transported to a local hospital where doctors ran a series of tests that ruled out the most severe injuries. They did, however, uncover a type of injury that is not life-threatening, but is known to cause the type of excruciating pain, vomiting, and dizziness that Williams experienced during the initial phase of his injury. The injury could also require multiple procedures to fix, so Williams was not out of the woods yet.
The pain from the incident was really, like, I'll say really, really bad. Like, it was like a migraine, but like 4 times the migraine. And I can feel it, you know, like behind my eyeball. So I knew it was something real bad. But at the time, just my eye was hurting real bad, and you know, I was throwing up. So I knew it was something worse than just a poke in the eye. But the pain was something I never felt before.
While Mike Jr. was being checked out by the medical team, his parents were already a significant distance into the 700-mile trip from Fayetteville, North Carolina to Pensacola in an effort to care for their ailing son.
I started driving first, and I was crying and driving, crying. He like, you gonna crash? Let's get in there.
Oh my God.
That was the longest.
Swerving into traffic, big trucks coming out. I'm like,
that was the longest. What was it?
Mike,
8 hours?
No, I think we did it. I think we did it like 7.5. But it's a 10-hour trip. I think we did it like 7.5.
Well, I knew when I first, you know, heard them on the phone, and I knew how they are. You know, they really love me, so I knew they was on their way, you know, to come to the hospital to see me. But you know, I had my eyes closed the whole time, so I didn't see anything. I just heard them, and they was asking me, am I okay, am I fine?
Now armed with a diagnosis of a fractured orbital, the Williams family began the next steps to get Mike Jr. on the road to repair.
But he has a fractured eye socket. So today,
we go at 5 o'clock to see
a specialist.
To see what's going on with it.
Yeah.
If it's gonna heal on its own, or he gonna need a little assistance.
Yep.
I came to this, you know, training camp prepared, and I was ready for my July 20th fight. So, you know, to hear all this and, you know, see everything taking place, it made me feel bad, and just, I don't know, it just feel like, you know, I worked so hard, you know, just to come back down. Not all the way down, but just to, you know, have to take a break and stuff, you know, for like no reason. So now just, you know, after it heals, it's just something that going to make me come, you know, stronger and be more prepared for, you know, the next time around.
Due to the severity of the injury, Williams was granted a special appointment with one of Pensacola's top eye specialists. However, cameras were not permitted to film the exam. And after a thorough exam, the champ was given the heartbreaking news that would put his career on hold.
Champ would be out for about 3 months, and then we'll be back in business. Man, got some good news. He's just not feeling well. But 3 months. 3 months. That's good. That's good.
After being out of commission for more than 4 months before stepping back into the ring to earn his latest victory by TKO over Kasim Freeman, Williams arrives in true superstar fashion. The win has also helped the young star, whose popularity has been exploding across the nation, earn Fighter of the Year accolades in award ceremony put on by LaVonda Early Stacy's Vegas Grand Boxing.
I'm very happy the way it turned out. We had a spectacular night, and we were also a unit tonight. We came together as a community, North and South Carolina people. We also had people come in from out of state as well, so that meant a lot. So it was important to me to acknowledge not only the professional boxers, but the trainers, the managers, the promoters, the ring doctor, the referees, and everybody that's involved in putting together a professional boxing show.
But the road to get there has been long and not without its struggles. The promoter vividly recalls the day she received the call about the injury that put Williams' career on hold, an event that affected her future as well.
The first thing that went through my mind when I received a call that Michael Williams Jr. had been injured, I was shaking my head. I felt like it was my own son. Because when his dad told me that it was an eye injury, all I could think about is the other professional boxer that we have here in the Carolinas that ended his career with an eye injury. So the first thing I did was I prayed for him.
And once the news that Williams was going to recover was received, the promoter had to face yet another challenge, filling the void left by the rising star's absence from what would have been a box office bonanza.
And it was very devastating because we had scheduled this huge professional boxing show with Michael Williams Jr. being the main event. We had a lot of money tied up in the marketing. We had a lot of money tied up in the tickets sold. And the first thing as a promoter that you think of is a devastation of a loss. There's potential from having a fighter such as Michael Williams Jr. become injured. And, you know, I was panic mode as a promoter. And so it was a devastating call. It was a frightening call. But I'm glad that, you know, Michael was able to recover and get back to the ring.
Since Williams' recovery, he's returned to the ring, picking up right where he left off. The champ and the rest of his team 150 took a minute to update the boxing fans about his progress during a live online interview after accepting his award.
even when I was injured, you know, I still was doing my boxing. I always was studying and watching boxing. So I've been boxing for like 12 years now. So it was just a, you know, a little step back, and we just started training and started running and just getting back in the gym. This is the greatest comeback, man. Stuff like that, it just pushes you to become stronger and harder than ever before. So I'm ready for what's coming up next. And that's why I ended the year 12-0 with that last fight and got awarded Boxer of the Year in North Carolina.
And I'm going to pass it over to the champ himself, Micheal Williams Jr.
We finished big. Off of the injury, we finished big, 12-0. Now we just picking up where we left off from. I'm proud of everything he does. And as far as the awards is concerned, Lavonda Early does a great job, Vegas Grand Promotions. I'm glad that she recognized all the boxers and their hard work, because, you know, they risk their lives every time they step in this ring. So I'm just excited for 2020. Again, of course, it's coach Roy Jones Jr. He's ready. Part of our new management, B&B, Terrence Crawford, and Bo Mack. So it's going to be an exciting year for 2020.
And with the help of Roy Jones Jr. and strong family bonds, he's definitely got a good shot at making it.
There's a ladder that rises up, climbing up, rung by rung. There's a ladder that rises up up into the Lord. There's a long and a winding road, mountain high, valley low. There's a road that'll lead you there, up into the Lord. My mama, she told me this when I was a boy. The devil is gonna try to lead your soul astray. My mama, she said to me, boy, you never pray. Whenever I find I've lost my way, I remember this. There's a ladder that rises up, climbing up, rung by rung. There's a ladder that rises up into the Lord. There's a long and a winding road, mountain high, valley low. There's a road that'll lead you there, up into the Lord. My mama, she told me this. Moses was afraid when he saw.
From Kevin, Roy's wife, we appreciate y'all. And Roy, even the young kid that he was sparring, Vicky, y'all did everything to help Mike Jr. because what the people won't see, and from what we heard, it was a very serious situation. Like Mike was going into shock. So y'all did an awesome job, and we love y'all.
We appreciate that.
Thank y'all for taking care of our baby until we got here. Yes. Yep.
I'm on a scale of 1 to 10. I would give Mike about a 5.5. I just play. I couldn't do my boy like that. But I mean, numerically, I don't know.
So I'm in the gym. I'm looking at Roy, and I'm looking at Mike, and I'm looking at Roy, and I'm like, Jesus, please, Mike, do the right thing. I do not want to fight Roy Jones. I said, this Roy Jones. I said, because he get that yelling and hollering at Mike, and I'm sensitive. And then I'm thinking, I'm like, duh. I'm like, man, that's Roy Jones, man. Mike just gonna have to go ahead and get yelled at.
I said, right, left, right, hook. What the hell is this? See what he doing now? That why the feet stand apart? That's what I want to see.
Daddy can't help you in this one, though.
but you brought him to me for me to have him get better.
That's right, bro.
Well, that's what it takes.
That's right.
It ain't like I'm gonna abuse him or mistreat him. I would never do that.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna call him names and make him upset because sometimes I gotta do that to get what I need to get out.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, we have fun, you know, like you said, when we're not working. Like when it's work time, it's serious. But
when we just sitting back chilling, we always, you gotta have a good time, especially with the homies and the people you love. But we have fun, we crack jokes, we go out to eat, we still cracking jokes, and we just having fun, having a good time, Mr. Kevin snoring. The first, I had to wipe my face. The first 5 minutes. It's ridiculous, but I try to just peacefully just close my eyes and just try to ignore it. But it's crazy. He start off low, and he picks it up, and it get loud too. It's to where you want to put headphones in type loud.
He sound like an 18-wheeler that's got it on his last road. Didn't they just automatically get a new oil change and start sounding good? And then it starts breaking down again. Nah, man, Mr. Kevin be getting his rest, you know what I mean?
That's cold, bro. That's cold, bro.
But I don't remember after that. I fell asleep after that, but the first 5 to 10 minutes is crazy. Yeah. And we all in that little room too, so we all just gotta sit there and take it, pretty much. But it's all good.
Love, running this shit. 40-yard dash, got a swag, stay fly like 100-yard pass. They can't accelerate it cause they jammed on the crash. And my shoe game sick. Foot stay up on the dash now. I'm a hospital, but I don't spit on a regular. Yeah, I box too, but more like an etc. Gear game sick, they pray for it like predators. Swag on deck, no boasting, I get your pedals up. Heavy metals be popping like 2 machetes. My swag be on start like pow. Who's ready? Metals on my pockets are too heavy. You can't keep up with me. My speed is too scary. See, this is called the waist, and this is called the line. See, I carry that boom, so I call it baseline. And these niggas put that, let me be the dick and guarantee I put it down like a virgin in this bitch. I be splurging in this bitch. Y'all hurting in this bitch. I'm hanging out the rim, Julius Irving in this bitch. Stop. Hold on, wait a minute. See, this is just practice. Drake the Blake Griffin. You get it? Damn. Let's Drake the Blake Griffin. Okay. That was clean though. My turn.